Good morning, everyone. I wanted to make an up-to-date video um, on my symptoms after having a genetically confirmed CACNA1A disorder. So my genetic test came back as being likely pathogenic for CACNA1A related disorder, likely to be episodic ataxia type 2. And today I want to share my symptoms all in one video from the top of my head and give you an update on that, as well as a little overview. So with CACNA1A related disorders, there are multiple types of conditions within this gene, CACNA1A, that causes, multiple and mutations within that gene can lead to a disease or a condition or whatever. So research suggests there's often an overlap of symptoms across the different categories of CACNA1A disorders. So individuals can experience a combination of disorders within this gene or related to CACNA1A, or they don't necessarily have to experience one or the other. Symptoms can overlap, like a person with episodic ataxia type 2 can have symptoms of hemiplegic migraine type 1, which is another CACNA1A disorder. So, now my symptoms consist of, off the top of my head, I have episodic ataxia type 2. So, in brief, this is characterized by sporadic, disabling episodes of ataxia. I can often get around fine when I'm not in an episode of my condition, and these episodes have severely incapacitated me. So I mean, they are like fluctuations of neurological symptoms associated with episodic ataxia type 2, where the symptoms aren't always consistent. They're not consistently there. So an individual often experiences little or mild symptoms to no symptoms in between having these episodes. So, anyways, that's what that is. Now, my symptoms consist of dizziness or extreme debilitating vertigo. During a severe episode, this dizziness or vertigo can cause more unsteadiness or the ataxia. I may walk with a wide base gait, and I may, appear more unsteady. In severe cases, it has confined me to a wheelchair during my episodes, where I literally can't walk, or I need assistance with walking. So that's the dizziness, the vertigo, and the ataxia. There are times where I experience tendinitis, which is like ringing in the ears. This may be due to the condition. I've often read, tendinitis is often due to episodic ataxia. But this tends to happen at any time. It comes and goes, but I don't have to be in a severe episode for it to happen. I get tremors, and again, it comes and goes, but I don't have to be in a severe episode I stumble frequently, or it seems like I trip over my feet. I have mild symptoms like that when I am not in a severe episode of my condition. So I do stumble. I get imbalanced here and there. It seems to be periodically, but I don't have to be in a severe episode for it to happen. Digestive issues. Vertigo has often lead me to vomiting. So when this happens with the vertigo, I cannot keep anything in my stomach. I vomit. So it affects muscles in your belly as well. It affects muscles in every part of your body. Fine motor tasks. I don't have to be in a severe episode to have poor fine motor tasks, but it often becomes worse when I'm in an episode. Now, my stigmas. I have these repetitive, jerky eye movements when I move my eyes back and forth. This is a sign of the condition of having episodic type 2. And it's persistent. I don't have to be in an episode for it to happen. My eyes tend to cross during a severe episode of my condition. And I have like eye muscle spasms. So my eyes feel like they tighten. I get eye strain, I get double vision, I get blurred vision. So that often occurs with everything else, with the dizziness and all that, the vomiting. Now, lack of muscle control, falling. This has happened to me. For something I was fine. I was participating in physical education at school, but I randomly lost muscle control and collapsed. So I have fallen with my condition. Yeah, dropping things. I have dropped, let's say, a water bottle. When I've lacked muscle control in my arms and hands, I can't grab anything. So I've done that. So I have permanent cerebellar atrophy. This is because of my episodic ataxia, which led to permanent damage of the cerebellum. So my cerebellum, the neurons within my cerebellum deteriorated, and it's smaller than it should be. This is due to my condition. Let's see. Neurodevelopmental differences. Due to a CACNA1A disorder, separate from episodic ataxia, an individual can have autism spectrum disorder, ADHD, intellectual disability, cognitive impairment, and I was diagnosed with all those in the past. And as I said, symptoms can overlap. I have it with my episodic ataxia type 2, but not everyone with episodic ataxia type 2 has those differences in learning and cognitive differences. Slurred speech is another one. I can have mild slurred speech at random times when I'm not in a bad episode, but it becomes significant at times when I'm in a bad episode or that I literally can't talk. But this does not occur every time I have a bad episode. So it's really weird. I don't know. Yeah. Headaches. I've gotten very bad headaches with my episodes. And sometimes it was just, I'd get them regardless if I was in an episode or not. My episodes are triggered by things sometimes. Sometimes they can happen for no apparent reason. Heat in the summer, strenuous activity, caffeine, and things like that. Generalized muscle weakness. I've had one. I get significantly weaker during an episode, but in general, I am weaker, so it takes me more of an effort to perform certain tasks. I feel like I'm straining myself to perform certain tasks. That would be simple to an average person, and this can indeed an episode as well. Um, I get jerks. I get random jerks. I don't know what they are, but I think they're myoclonus. Um, or I'd suddenly jerk. I get those. Not 100% sure if they're related, but I should mention it. Yeah. I tend to be slower physically at doing so things like keeping jobs that are multitasking and fast paced. I have trouble with that. I can't keep those jobs. So that's extremely overwhelming. I can't get my body to move quickly and to multitask like the average person. And this is like a permanent sign. I have this regardless if I'm in an episode or not. Cognitive decline or brain fog. I tend to get very confused during a bad episode of Vertigo and whatever. Um, and I have brain fog. So my thinking is often diminished. So it's like um, when someone would ask me to do something, I wouldn't like grasp it. So, and it would be something I would normally know how to do. So during an episode, I just can't function in my head. So, um, covered most of them. Yeah, covered most of my symptoms. Um, I do indeed use a wheelchair, walking aids, um, and even though it looks like I can get around fine, um, mainly for long distances, um, I do suffer debilitating fatigue as well. And I don't always have to be doing a lot in a day to feel that way. So, yeah, I think that's a majority of it. I hope I covered everything. So, um, I'll see you soon. I hope you enjoyed that. Bye now.